Andargacho inaugurated the Dubra Industrial Park on Saturday. The park lies on 1,100 hectares of land. The inaugurated first phase lies on 75 hectares of land. Let's have the race.
The Burhan Industrial Park has been inaugurated in the presence of senior government officials, including Prime Minister of Ethiopia. President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, has also participated in the inauguration ceremony. Speaking on the event, Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian Industrial Parks Development Corporation, Lisename, lauds the role of the industrial park in economic transformation, even lesson for other African countries. Lise said the industrial park will create job opportunities for 26,000 job seekers upon fully going operational. After it fully goes operational, the industrial park is expected to create job opportunities for 13,000 job seekers in one shift, but 26,000 jobs when it operates in two shifts, she said. On the occasion, President of the Amhara Regional State, Gaddu Andargacho, said his government has been exerting efforts in order to expand industrial parks in the region. The focus given to developing manufacturing industry by the federal government, we are doing our level best to build industrial parks in our region and expand the industry using other potentials of our region. He said there are industrial parks under construction in different parts of the region. Besides the Burhan Industrial Park, the other parks which are due to begin operation, like Bahardar Industrial Park, Alert Industrial Park, which is being developed by private investors, Bole Integrated Agro-Industry Park, which is being built with both federal and regional governments in cooperation, will contribute to push forward one step the region's manufacturing sector. Gaddu pointed out that the Kombolcha Industrial Park has begun exporting its products and creating jobs for the surrounding community. During the inauguration ceremony, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, accentuated that the ambition of Ethiopian government is to create generations that lead a country where all citizens live together equally. Our work, our endeavor is to produce generations that lead and defend the Ethiopia we want, which relieved from poverty, where citizens live together in equality. After 20 years, understanding the power of unity, peace, and love, he said the endeavors of the country to ensure prosperity and solidarity never be deterred by the conspiracy of four groups. Since we know that our struggle towards achieving this cause is strong, never be hindered by any challenges, I want to assure you who attempt to hamper our efforts of ensuring Ethiopian unity, equality, peace, and prosperity can never be stopped. The Premier called on all Ethiopians to work with the government, being hand in glove for peace, unity, and renaissance of the country. Country elders, youth, and scholars, there are forces both in the country and abroad who work to disintegrate Ethiopia through allocating finance. You Ethiopians, I would like to call upon you to work together with government for solidarity, peace, and rebirth of our country. Dr. Abiy urged residents of the region to continue their cooperation with investors for common development. Investors are flowing to Ethiopia more than any other time, since they have indispensable role in creating jobs and experience sharing and producing exporting products. I urge you to sustain your cooperation with both foreign and domestic investors to grow together. On the inauguration event, President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, in his remarks stressed that his country will sustain working with Ethiopia closely for shared prosperity.
We want to continue to work very closely with you, my brother, and the people of Ethiopia. In order that our vision of shared prosperity is achieved.
The president called upon people of both countries to come together and build a prosperous region, building on the legacies of forefathers who defeated colonizers through unity.
We must fight together to rid our people the shame of poverty to rid our people of the shame of hunger, to rid our people of the shame of unemployment, to rid our people of the shame and indignity that comes with division. Let us come together and build on their legacy and build one strong, prosperous region for each and every one of us to enjoy.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta have arrived in Asmara, Eritrea on Sunday morning. According to the oath of Prime Minister, upon arrival, President Isaias Afwerki has received the two leaders. The peace agreement signed between Ethiopia and Eritrea on July 9th to culminate the 20-years-old hostility and restore diplomatic ties has an effect in the Horn of Africa. Premier Abiy has been working hard to bring the region together in economy, politics, and social integration. Among the efforts made were the decision made with Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki to resolve the minor disagreement between Eritrea and Djibouti. It was learned that Ethiopia is forging towards regional integration as it understands the power of integration. Ethiopia opens consulate in Minnesota States of United States of America. President of the Oromia Regional States, Lamma Magarsa, and Mayor of St. Paul City, Melvin Carter, have inaugurated the consulate.
Ethiopian Consulate General of Minnesota has been inaugurated. President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, and Mayor of St. Paul, Mr. Melvin Carter, jointly inaugurated the consulate. On the event, President Lamma said all Ethiopians should play their role in sustaining the ever-started change using the created chance for them. It is expected from all of us to use the created chance properly. This is not only expected from leaders, you have to also play your own part to sustain this change. We are working with due attention to create every opportunity for you. So I call upon you to participate in your country's development activities, and you have to protect and support the consulate with ideas to serve you properly. Mayor of St. Paul, Mr. Melvin Carter, for his part, underscored that a great number of Ethiopian citizens, especially Oromo society, are residing in Minnesota out of Ethiopia, adding that it can play a great role to strengthen relations of people to people.
We have the largest population outside of Ethiopia. And right here in St. Paul, that plays out to our benefit every single day. Right here in St. Paul, our leaders from this community are leading the way. They're educating our children. They're creating businesses. They're creating inventions and innovative ideas. They are speaking up, not just on behalf of our East African community, but on behalf of all of us.
He added that they are working with due attention to create community-to-community interaction.
This opening, this celebration, your presence here will help us to do community-to-community interaction on a broader scale in a way that can show our community, that can show our children, that can show our neighbors, and yes, maybe even can show our leaders in Washington, D.C., that the way forward is always together.
Director General of African Affairs Office at Minnesota, Mr. Bendo, on the occasion noted that opening the consulate is crucial to sustain the long-lasting Ethio-American relationships.
Consulate is the concrete manifestation of close links between the people of Ethiopia and the United States, between the governments of Ethiopia and the United States, and between the Ethiopian government and its Ethiopian diaspora community. I first got to know Ethiopians when I moved to the Twin Cities as a student over 3 decades ago. I would never have imagined this day then and how this community has flourished in the decades since. I think that something once said by earlier in immigrant groups about Minnesota is, it's cold weather but warm hearts.
Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta said Ethiopia's decisive victory at Adwa affirmed and set the stage for the beginning of Africa's freedom struggle from colonialism. Ethiopia have been colorfully celebrating the 123rd anniversary of the victory of Adwa, in which it defeated fascist Italy. President Uhuru Kenyatta, who was in Ethiopia for official visit, said the victory of Adwa sparked the global Pan-African movement. The president said the victory inspired the entire African countries for freedom struggle against colonialism. Ethiopia was brought to the attention of the world in 1896 when the African country defeated Italy, a European country, at the Battle of Adwa. According to Kenyatta, this great victory has been a source of inspiration for struggle for freedom throughout the Pan-African world. He added that the Adwa has important lesson for Africans in their resistance against oppression and galvanizing unity among the Africans. The president also appreciated Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's leadership, who has been exerting maximum effort to integrate the East African region. Prime Minister Abiy said on his part, Adwa is one of the great victory that our forefathers paid much sacrifice for strong and united Ethiopia. He further urged the youth to tolerate one another in the spirit of Adwa victory. Vice President of Oromia Regional State, Aibasan, who is also coordinator of social cluster of the region, said the government has been working tirelessly to finalize the delayed development projects across the region. Projects built at a cost over 234 million birr in Bishoftu town of East Shore Zone has been inaugurated. We have the report. A delegation led by Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, who is also coordinator of social cluster of the region, Taibasan, has inaugurated 38 various development projects in Bishoftu town. The projects have been constructed with an outlay of over 234 million birr government budgets, World Bank support, and the town administration. The project is said to have paramount importance in solving the socio-economic problem of the towns and surrounding community. School expansion, health center, sheds, animal fattening center, compost producing shed are among the inaugurated projects. Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, who is also coordinator of social cluster of the region, Taiba Hassan, on the event said that the regional government has been working with its maximum effort to expand infrastructure across the region, adding the inauguration of the projects at Bishoftu town is the main indicator of the government's commitment to respond to public's development demand. The Oromia Regional State Government has been working with due attention to stay forward the development levers of the region, as well as to beat poverty and to accompany the victories gained over the political arena with economy. All should work with due attention. The tangible works on the ground are our evidence. The inauguration of these projects in Bishoftu town is the main indicator of the government's commitment. Abbas read that through hard working, the towns in the region should be managed by master plan in order to fight illegal land grabbing in the urban areas. When we administer the town, it should be governed by master plan. If we do so, we can easily stop legal construction and land grabbing. It also helps us to identify the town's resource and make it tourist destination. Therefore, I advise you to exert effort on this. Mayor of Bishoftu Town Administration, Alamis Aishafara, for her part, pointed out that the town administration has been working with various stakeholders to satisfy the public's, the town society. These projects have greater importance to answer our people's development question. Actually, the inaugurated projects are the beginning when we compare with our town's development. Therefore, we will work with various stakeholders to sustain the already started development works in our town. Some attendant of the inauguration ceremony said that they are very happy over the construction of the projects in their area. Thank you so much for joining us. That's all for now. Have a good day.